Kelly Bryant with a personal film looking into an issue that affects many parents and guardians of children with special educational needs.
It has been 8 months of such hard work and perseverance and fighting.
That's me, venting on social media about the long process of getting an educational healthcare plan assessment for my son, who has dyslexia, ADHD and autism. These are plans put in place by local authorities to make sure that children with special educational needs are given extra help and support at school.
Now, last year, he was at the point of leaving primary school and transitioning to secondary school, and we knew that he would need extra support.
You need to fill in lengthy forms and present reams of evidence, and there can be a long wait to find out if your child is even getting assessed. Many, like my son, are turned down on the first try.
Don't give up when they say no. Keep going. Just keep going.
My social media post prompted a huge response from other parents. Emma's child, Sunny, also has autism spectrum disorder.
The more stressed he gets, the more difficult he is in class.
Emma spent years pushing for Sunny to be assessed. After initially being turned down, she paid £300 for a private special education needs coordinator to help with her appeal to get an EHCP assessment.
He needs smaller classrooms and for his teachers to be more aware of his needs.
How has it made you feel as a mum?
I've cried so many tears for him because I can't fix it.
In Brighton, Becky spent 2 years gathering evidence for her autistic son, Hector's application to be assessed.
He was refused assessment initially, and now they are assessing him again after submitting even more evidence.
After Hector was refused, Becky felt she had no other option but to hire a specialist to improve her chances of getting the plan approved.
My final email, I sent 21 attachments. And I literally was like, if this doesn't work, I'm done. I felt so strongly that my son had a legal right to be assessed.
That's exactly it.
Local authorities have 20 weeks from the date they receive an assessment request to give the final EHC plan. Yet according to government data, more than half of parents applying have to wait longer than this just to be assessed. The parents I've met have been able to get private help, but not everyone is able to afford that. I want to know if it's possible to have a fairer system in place. So I'm meeting Margaret Mulholland, the SEND and Inclusion Specialist at the Association of School and College Leaders.
The system is stressed at every level because there's such a shortage of specialists on the ground. Local authorities are under tremendous pressure in terms of funding. The local authority is saying, what can we afford at this point in time and who do we need to prioritise?
What would make them prioritise one child over another?
Sometimes it can be the children that are more disruptive. It can be the parents who are more vocal. It can be some really unfair processes that can be at play.
I've managed to secure an EHCP for my son, but not all parents are as lucky.
I just want my son to get through his education and come out the other side of it feeling good about himself. He has... he has such negative feelings about himself.
Over the last few years particularly, head teachers have really engaged much more in the leadership of special needs and inclusion. I'm really delighted to be able to say that because in the past it was very much the function of the SENCO. Now it's much more a focus for the whole school.
No one from the government or the local government association was available to talk to me. But a spokesperson from the local government association told us, councils do their best to ensure children are supported, but delays to these plans are a result of increasing demand and insufficient funding. They should also be given additional powers to lead local SEND systems effectively. It added that the number of EHCPs has increased every year since they were introduced in 2014. While the Department of Education says it is actively reforming the system to make sure all children with special needs and disabilities receive the support they need with earlier intervention, consistent high standards and less bureaucracy.
I didn't know where this was going to take me.
when I wanted to make this film, and meeting Margaret has actually given me a sense of hope in what feels like a hopeless situation.
Emma's still waiting to hear the outcome of her appeal. A panel meeting to discuss Sonny's case this week has been cancelled. But there's better news for Hector. His appeal was successful. He's been assessed and now has an education healthcare plan in place.